Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun.
I remember the part.
Dun, dun, burn.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
Oh, man.
Oh, baby, we're back. And ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your YouTube screens, your TV screens, your telephone screens. Yes, that is Peter at the end there. Nice haircut, clean shaven.
Oh, thank you.
That is Pat Lynch with a fresh cut. Joe, always looking handsome and dapper. And yes, my beard has slimmed down a little bit since last week.
And yes, it is daylight outside.
Yes, that is also true.
You know what's crazy? On our run today,
We're
Chris,
back, baby.
on our run today, I was like, it is such a weird feeling to be not to be worried or rushing to get to the office or the basement. It was crazy. It's been
Or the
it's been a
fact that you're
ridiculous
not,
feeling.
you're not running like in Bufu suburbs, and you're actually running not too far from your place. So if you need to turn around, you can.
Oh no, yeah.
Very nice.
I know I have a working like workaholic issue when on Wednesday when our first day off in probably 3 months, we go to the waters and we're going to the baths, and which was an awesome time. But
This is you and the
Lauren,
lady.
yeah, we went to Ayers, whatever, like ancient
Bathhouse.
baths,
Yep.
shenanigans. We went there, and there's above it are all these offices, and I see all these people working. I'm like, it does hit me like, I probably should be working, and then it's like, well, no, you get a day off once in a while, but
Not you, Peter.
The fans want to know how many old balls you saw.
there was no. I made one. I'm sure I made one guy self-conscious when I was changing in the towel. He definitely threw on a towel to change. So
Nice.
I was not. I told Pat this. I don't think I told you this show. So Tuesday night, we're coming home from working. This is, ladies and gentlemen, as tax preparers, we've worked probably
Forever.
100 hours in the last like 6 days. When it was pretty nasty, and so I come home and I'm exhausted. Me and Chris get breakfast burritos, ready to eat and go to bed. It's like midnight at this point.
Wait, did you get the breakfast burritos from that Avondale place?
Oh yeah,
I just got it there for the first time last night,
Tremendous.
actually. 'Cause
They're
I didn't-
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Tremendous.
Did you eat the whole thing by yourself, Joe?
Dude, those things are dense.
Yeah, they are.
Yes,
Those
they are.
things are.
That's not a no, though.
No, I didn't. I
Hey,
couldn't.
I can admit
I
I-
bought two in anticipation because I had not eaten since lunch. So I was like, you know what?
Joe,
I'm gonna-
Joe,
Did you?
you are a crazy
No.
man.
Did you finish one at least?
No.
Oh,
no.
yeah.
Those things are so dense.
Where did you get, Joe, on that? Because I got to like 75% of a burrito on Tuesday.
I really. Actually, I did finish one.
That's our guy.
I got 3/4 through, and then I was done, and I was just kind of sitting there watching
Yes,
TV.
picking at it. Yeah.
And then
Yep.
I saw it, and I was like, "It's almost done.
Yeah.
I might as well finish."
Pick at it a little more.
Nom.
And then you ate half of the other one.
No, I didn't even touch the other one.
That's gonna be good for you tonight. Though, when you go home and you're like, oh
Yep,
my
I am
God.
saving that for tomorrow. Yep.
Oh my God. So I come home. I have my breakfast burrito. I lay it out. I got some tots. Dude, I'm feeling like I'm about to just. It's gonna be a good night. I got my chair set up. I haven't sat and watched. I haven't watched any TV in honestly probably 3 weeks. So I'm getting My Name is Earl up.
Okay. All right.
Get my Name is Earl up. I'm gonna chill there and watch. And actually, so Lauren was already kind of in bed, but she came out. She's like, "Oh, I'll hang out and just hang out with you." So we turned on Criminal Minds instead, and I actually don't not the
Was this
biggest
the
fan-
old one or the reboot?
No, the old
Or
one.
Okay.
Funny story to that. Side story to that funny story is Pat told me about one where the killer was a part of the search group and was killing people and feeding them to the search group. And that happened to be the one I'm watching as I'm eating my burrito. Didn't stop me. So
That's pretty messed up.
yeah. I would really suck if you found out you were eating people. We were trying to think who that killer was because most of these are based on real people, and there was a guy from Canada that actually fed his neighbors human burgers, and we're kind of thinking maybe that might have been the guy.
Yikes.
Kind of
Kinda is the human.
Takes a nugget of inspiration from a real life story.
Don't
and
see
then
any
turns
cows
it
around
into
here.
Because this
something.
guy was a truck driver and he was killing prostitutes. This guy was just killing prostitutes, and
Is lot lizard a derogatory term?
yes,
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
I think it's like I forget what now. It's
It's
I don't
Lady
even
of the
know what
Night.
the
no, I don't
proper
think that. I
term
was going to
is.
say that, but it's not. I think it's like it's not even a working woman. It's like a sex worker.
A sex worker is
Yeah.
probably like the new term. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're talking, and Lauren's like, "Hey, are you ready for tomorrow?" And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous. Like you hear all these bad stories, Jeffrey Dahmer, stuff like that. I feel it's a little weird, but I'm like, "Yeah, it's gonna be great." She's like, "You're ready to be naked the whole time," and I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Wait, you're naked the whole time?
And I'm like, wait, you're naked?
Just
the
flopping
whole time?
around.
I'm like, Lauren, I'm not going if it's naked. She's like, what do you mean? You spent $145 on this. You're going to go. And I'm like, no, if there's going to be naked people all around, I'm not in for this. And she's like, are you kidding me? And I'm like, I'm legitimately, my stomach dropped. I'm like, this sucks. Like, I was kind of excited for this, but.
Are you ready for some man's balls?
And then Lauren looks at me. She's dying laughing.
Some Wednesday
and
night
I'm like,
man balls.
it's midnight. I'm exhausted, and you're busting my balls right now about.
Davis, you're about to sleep out in the hallway.
Listen, you're busting the balls that men are about to see tomorrow. I'm not comfortable with this. I don't want to walk around with a huge sack.
So, but she was just busting. I was like, thank God. But yeah, it was a good time.
But
It was.
nonetheless,
And
there were naked people everywhere.
there were not.
There was
any
no naked people.
No,
I can only imagine the only time you possibly could have been naked was during the massage.
I didn't get a massage.
Oh, you didn't do.
I'm not interested in people.
Okay. Oh, so did Lauren get a massage?
Nope.
Oh,
Peter would
okay.
be George Costanza in Seinfeld with the massage. It moved a little.
I'm not. No, I don't know. For me.
So what did you think of the bath then?
Oh no, I had a great time.
Very
it was
relaxing.
awesome. Oh, dude,
did you do
immediately.
the outside bath?
Yes.
I did it once because Brian took Grecia there like 2-3 years ago, and then I heard about it. I was like, oh, I'll do this, and I think I did it last year.
Yeah. No, it was tremendous.
Yeah.
It was,
It's a cool thing to do.
Immediately went from I had a ton of cold baths. Loved the shit out of that. So I dived into the cold bath immediately. Then and the steamer. The only thing I didn't like I wish they would have had was a dry sauna.
Yeah,
I wanted to get really I wanted to like get a good sweat going. I thought that there was going to be a dry sauna and it was just all steam rooms. And you could get hot in the steam room, but you have to literally stand up all the way to the top of the steam room to get
yeah.
like,
It's
the
not
total heat.
quite. It's not quite like to that level.
It was kind of funny. There's one like the cold plunges all have different temperatures, and there's one that's right next to a steaming hot tub.
Yep.
So you go in, you walk in, dunk, get up, go back, and you're supposed to do that like 3 or 4 times, and that will legitimately destroy. Like you are so you feel like you ran a marathon.
You
after
can
this.
get lightheaded after doing
Oh,
that too.
it's
Like,
insane.
Some people will need to sit down.
Yes.
Just given.
So
the
we were
rush.
doing it. So I finally got Lauren to kind of like dunk her head. She was doing the whole thing. We're having a great time. And then there's this like older couple and her younger daughter, and they were like, "Oh, I see what you're supposed to do." And like the people doing the tour tell you to do that. They go over there, dip their toe, and they're like, "Nah."
No, thank you.
They legitimately put their
Nah,
foot in.
that's a little too cold.
No bueno.
You can't do the dip. He's got to go for it.
They
It's like a
put
polar
their-
plunge.
yeah.
Like you don't tip.
You dip. We dip.
Yeah.
And
You don't
they're
dip the toe,
no,
you just
no
run into
dipping.
it.
No
That's like
dipping whatsoever.
that's like the vitamin drinks Peter gets us every once in a while. You don't
Oh,
smell them,
no,
you just
no.
take them.
You cannot.
No.
You can't put a little taste in your mouth. You're never going to do it. Yeah. We had a vitamin shot yesterday. It was supposed to be pineapple and celery, and for some unknown reason, they had all of the jalapenos in the world in it. Me and Chris were on fire for a good 5 to 10 minutes.
Some jalapenos.
Yeah, it was
Jalapenos!
I didn't realize celery and
Oh, boys, of course.
and pineapple made it that spicy.
So kind of in tune with that, we're planning our honeymoon in Japan.
They go in the Japanese bathhouses.
Well, that's what I was about to bring up. Yeah, there's some hot springs that Sarah wants to visit, and I'm
nice.
interested too. And I am going, but what I have found out, they're separated by sex, so there's a men and women's,
Oh, boy.
and you get completely naked. Like there is no towel other than the one that you put on your head, and you can't let that touch the water. It's like a cultural thing. And
So
so,
the Penosaurus Rex is going to roam free, huh?
yeah, I'm a bit curious how that's going to go.
Well,
Joe's hoping this podcast gets sponsored by Manscaped. Lawnmower 4.0.
Oh, no. There's no way. I would not. Nope. Absolutely not.
Joe's going full bush between now and then, not shaving it.
Would you, Chris, would you do a full naked male only? Well, it's good that it's only male, but male
Yeah.
only.
Oh man, if there was
Yeah.
if there was women
That's I
around,
got a funny
I
story
could
about that
not-
actually.
I could
But Chris,
not.
would you do it,
I don't think so.
Pat?
Probably not, but who knows?
Does-
when in Rome, maybe. Who knows?
Does it mean, okay, kind of like in that vein, the fact that you're in a completely different country, you're never, ever, ever going to see these people again after that
I mean,
moment?
I assume there's no.
I'm more afraid of my body than their body.
Oh yeah, that's not. I don't give a shit about their body. I know how to keep my eyes down. I just don't want. I don't want to be naked in front of.
I don't want somebody eyeing me and being like, "Oh, that's a pasty white boy over there."
I might have a
Which is
chance.
definitely going to happen
Yeah.
because in Japan,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're judging the crap out of you, and especially if you're white. I'm sure it's probably just because you're the.
Oh yeah, I'm sure too. COVID.
Oh, you got
be-
tiny American penis, yeah.
That's even tiny for us over here. That was a terrible accent. But actually, in that vein,
It wasn't Japanese though, so it wasn't racist.
I was not. I'm not sure what accent that was. It was like a little Italian in there.
Ambiguous.
Little
It was out there.
It felt like a little Borat.
A little
Give
more.
him the gabagool.
I read an article about carnivals, and they're now they're more and more carnivals carnivals. I'm sorry, cruises, carnival cruises. There's more and more cruises that are going around, and they've opened them back up to kind of like all the weird niches.
Not really helping the stock price, but yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
where they like
Let them know, Pat. Let them know.
where they land on shore, like certain places. You mean?
Yeah, but like also like there's like heavy metal cruise, and the cruise
Oh,
I read
the
about
variety
was
of
Oh, so there's like,
I
yeah,
see.
okay.
There's
I saw it was like
full
a wrestling
nude.
cruise. Chris
What's
Jericho
that?
was like a wrestling cruise.
yeah. There's a full nude cruise.
Nice.
Where the whole time it's a nudist cruise, and the rules are there's like 3 rules, and one of the rules is you cannot get too excited.
I can. Yeah.
Watch out for fondue night on that one.
No, you have to, and the
You gotta
other
be
one
able to
that was-
control your pee-pee.
No. You have to for dinner, you have to be clothed. So you don't go to dinner naked.
Oh well, what's the point then?
all these.
Why do you draw the line there? What's next? No
why are you
gambling
trying to-
naked at the casino.
Why are you trying to clothe me while I eat, bro? All right.
No,
what is
no,
this-
no
what
dancing.
is this
You
nonsense?
know what would be the best? Well, not best, but would be the worst thing you would see is like is like 2 a.m. dancing on a dance floor naked, drunk, and that would be great.
Oh, the deep rows.
Oh God,
Things you don't
all
want to
the
ever
sweat. Oh yeah. Oh,
Things
that's
you
like Jerry. Like but the Seinfeld episode where the lady likes to. She's just like she likes to be nude the whole time, and he's like, it's not as good as you think it would be.
Yeah.
You see things that you like. You see
Sneezing
in
naked
angles.
is not good.
You see in angles that you don't want to be seeing.
Yeah, close your.
I imagine that's an older crowd that goes.
Oh,
on that.
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Like you're not getting young people to do that.
There's not like, or there's like one dime piece and like 45 million people that are looking at those two like the dime pieces.
Yeah. Yeah, just one hot couple.
It's like was it Euro Trip when they like go to the nude beach and it's like a bunch of it's like a one like they bring the girl and there's like a bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
Girl. No, it's yeah, that would be crazy. You know what I was also thinking about after on Wednesday when I the first day off, me and Chris go to the gym. Like we sleep in, we go to the gym probably about 10 o'clock. The gym was like at 6 o'clock.
Oh yeah, your Snapchat. I saw this.
I go
yeah.
sometimes like noon and it's like very busy like noon time.
Oh, you'll go during like.
What do you guys think it is? I've asked people. I'm like, what? What are people doing?
Could be people that work nights. It could be people that like don't have like
but
normal.
do that
like,
many
don't, like,
people work
normal-
nights in this?
But I mean, it could be people like restaurant servers. Could be like bartenders. Could
Yeah.
be people that do like cops. Like certain cops have like night shifts.
That's
like
still kind of early, don't you think? I mean, like 10 o'clock. I mean, if you're like a person that say works
It could be like
over a waiter that
work
works
till 2
until like
o'clock to 7?
2 to 1 or like 12 to 1 in the morning, you get home by like what 2?
Yeah, you get 7-8 hours and you're back to the gym, baby.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I mean,
we're a big enough city that there are times like I'll jump out of work to go to a place to get something for work, and you just see all the people out. I mean, there's always people doing stuff.
Also, people don't necessarily work in the office all the time now, so they could just be doing that like me on
That's
the lunch
very
hour.
true.
true.
I'm just thinking maybe people have like it's not like the conventional work week anymore, where people will take like a weekday off and then work like Saturday or Sunday or something.
Could be too.
Very possible.
Yeah, I mean, I know sometimes if I don't get in the morning, I'll talk. If I have to have a gap at like in the middle of the day, I'll run over there real fast and do it.
Yeah.
Nah,
I
baby,
just-
6:30 in the morning for me and Peter.
Yeah. No, it was just crazy to me how many people were there. I was like, Jesus Christ. And then we went for a run this morning, and Lauren's like, why don't you go to the gym? It's kind of cold out. And I'm like, you can't go to this on a Saturday at 9 o'clock. Forget about it.
Yeah,
You're not getting anything done.
we'll be
about it.
We'll be on the
Forget about
elliptical.
it.
We'll be either on the elliptical or doing a kettlebell workout for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then leaving.
Oh, okay.
Forget
Joseph,
about it.
Pat, do you want to dive in to our special treat that we brought just for you? We knew this is a Pat Lynch thing right
This
here.
would get Pat going.
Is there a reason that you guys hate me?
No.
Yeah, it just
I mean, there's-
you're-
First, they offer, if it's not punishment enough that I've been spending the last like every weekend for the last like 4 months with you people, now this is how you thank me
Pat, there are plenty of reasons
with monster
to hate you.
crap.
I mean,
And-
you're just being yourself is one reason.
Yeah.
All right, boys. The Beast Unleashed.
I'm gonna give you a Fu Manchu tonight, Chris.
Our
Take it to the
original
apartment.
crew has been making drinks for 30 plus years now. Chris's stock price would
It keeps going up, baby.
through the roof. Our favorite brand Monster Energy is about to turn 21. Wait, but you've been making drinks for 30. Okay, turning 21. Okay. We figured why not celebrate the big day by making an adult beverage. We hit the delete on the energy blend, cut out the caffeine, ditched the sugar. Next, we brewed up the smoothest tasting alcohol ever and blended it with our tried and true flavors.
Smoothest taste.
Oh, baby. They're just selling me.
Sounds like coffee.
They're selling it to me, baby.
Great taste.
Turning.
6 point on there. My % alcohol, no sugar to weigh you down. Get ready to celebrate, and don't be afraid of the big bad beast.
Get ready to get ripped, Pat Lynch.
All right, boys.
Feel the beast.
So we've had some of these novelties. We're gonna have another novelty next week for our boys here.
Oh, man. So many treats and tricks.
So we did the Mountain Dews.
Those are crap.
Garbage. Absolute
Garbage.
All right, Chris.
I would like a peach.
I definitely do not want a peach.
Pat Lynch would like a peach.
Oh, these are like the shape of Trulies and High Noons and stuff like that. Okay.
So I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you Scary Berries.
Dealer's choice, baby. I'll take whatever.
The white haze is going to be trash.
I don't know white haze.
I'm gonna go with the original Mean Green.
That's not a bad
And I'm
move.
gonna give my boys Scary Berries.
Thank you, sir.
I'm gonna
Scary
try
individual.
some of the Joe one. The Joe's good.
Okay, I'll take Pat's one then. White Haze, baby. My nickname on the basketball court.
Said no whatever.
All right, boys. I got a good question for you. I've been thinking a lot about this podcast this week, and one thing, I was daydreaming. I was stuck in traffic coming home.
Daydreaming.
From the. Let me tell you what, boys. 6:30 on a coming home on a Wednesday from downtown.
Why would you smell it?
I don't know. That was a poor choice.
Cheers, sir.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's a real
Sorry for cutting you off.
Cheers.
That's a real shit idea.
Cheers.
Happy Saturday, boys.
Cheers.
Oh, it's not bad.
Happy Saturday. And just to say, these gentlemen here, pre-gaming the
Oh yeah, the Cubs game.
baseball game that they will be going to
Ladies and
today.
gentlemen, thank you again here for joining us on a beautiful Saturday night. This is going to be an early one for you. We are pre-gaming the Chicago
It's a
Cubs
Saturday afternoon.
Saturday afternoon.
It is exactly noon.
Nope.
Pat, I'm not going to lie. This is delicious. You really dodged a bullet.
You want to try that one, Joe?
Or I really dodged a bullet. That's what I meant to say.
Let's try a little bit.
Let's give you the OG, Pat.
I don't like monsters to begin with.
No?
Stop whining. Jesus.
That's not terrible. That's not bad.
I just don't like the taste. Of
I like the scary berry.
Okay, it's good. Scary.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, sorry.
Hit me with a shot.
Here we go. I'll give those to you, Chris. I'm going to try this green one.
Yeah, I'm just not an energy drink guy.
Ooh, Scary Berry's nice. I like the Scary Berry. I've
Now-
liked these a lot more than I've liked the Dews.
Question, because I'm not a big Monster guy. I
Yeah.
very rarely drink Monster. This Mean Green, how close to this
Oh,
in
it's-
taste to the actual...
Oh, the
I'll-
white one's trash.
The white one's weird.
Really?
I'll
The white
give
one I
Chris. I'll give the expert monster drinker down there.
like. Oh, yeah.
You guys can try the peach one if you want.
I'll give the expert monster drinker down there. I'm telling you, I think the green tastes right on point.
It seems similar to what I recall.
You know-
that tastes the most like a Truly or a White Claw to me.
That tastes just like the energy drink to me too.
That one's pretty spot on. I don't like the aftertaste of that one, but
Me, I didn't like the
Is
aftertaste of the
this-
berry. I think.
This peach perfect, is this
Yeah.
a flavor of
Yes.
Monster?
Yeah,
they
it is
do.
as well.
They have like a peachy keen one, and it's pretty on point with the energy drink.
Are all of these flavors of the energy drink?
I
with
think maybe
alcohol
minus the
added?
white.
The
one.
white one
okay.
is definitely a can. The
Oh, is
green
it?
one is this one. The scary berries is not.
I
that
don't
I
think the
know
white,
of.
I don't think the white is either though. You
They
think it
use
is?
that. Yeah, they have that absolute zero. The white can of the absolute zero,
Oh yeah, that totally makes sense.
and that's not that. I never liked that one. So
Okay.
You know what I was huge into, Joe, back in the day was taking Monsters, Jaeger, and a nice pregame. And I used to make Pat finish pretty much a fifth.
that
of
those
Jaeger
assault
with him.
ones are bad.
You boys and the Jaeger.
Oh, yeah.
I love the
I think
Jaeger.
we could hate Jaeger.
Peter knows I
Oh,
hate that's Jaeger.
Listen, okay, you don't get to talk because you don't like anything.
Hey.
All right? Literally,
I like Coors Light.
the last two subjects talk. I hate it.
But yeah, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna play a new game on the podcast from
What
now
is
on.
Pat like?
It's called every time Pat Lynch says he doesn't like something, and you got to drink. So
Yeah,
play
there's
this
your
game,
drink.
and
I
I'm
like your
pretty sure,
face, Chris.
and
I
I'm
know that.
pretty sure you'll be drunk within like the first 5 minutes of
I
this
don't like
of
your
this
face. I don't
podcast.
like your
This
eyes.
would be interesting to do a Jaeger bomb with, though. I think it would be okay. Might be a lot.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I do think about that. Like some of these are so sweet, they're kind of like mixers already, and
Yeah.
then you just add more alcohol to them, and then
Yeah,
you know.
nothing could go wrong there.
There's you have to Google it. So we had jungle juice growing up.
Oh, we used to do it all the time.
It was the thing, and
Oh, are you talking about the
If-
new college fad thing?
yes. Can
Yeah.
you guys describe jungle juice as I look up the name because maybe we have a couple Gen Zers that watch this.
So what we used to do is we used to take two handles. We take one of the highest alcohol proof. We used to get Spiritus or Everclear, and then we take a big handle of Smirnoff. We'd mix that in. We'd have 2 bags of ice. Throw that on top.
That's it. Yep.
We'd have all the fruit you could ever imagine, and then two things of Kool-Aid. Throw it in there, and then this would be a big tub, and this
would be kind of like a picture that you would see.
Also, I think we would throw in Sprite to give it a little fizz.
And then also never clean the tub in between.
And so
keep it going good.
This was
or beer be eating fruit at the end of the night.
This was almost in like a pitcher, and then you
no.
It was like in a cooler
like
or a cooler. Okay, and then how would you then serve
you
that?
Scoop it out.
You scoop it out with a red Solo cup,
or you just put your mouth in there like you're bobbing for apples.
And then at the end of the night, you would eat the fruit, and that's where everybody got fucked.
Okay, so there was fruit in there. Now, this new version is called Borg. And the funny thing is, these kids didn't know about jungle juice, so they thought they created this new fad. But for them...
They upped the game a little bit by adding the hydration mixers to it.
See, listen, new generation, new reiteration, a better version, right? For back in the day, previous to our generation, there was something like jungle juice, but it was usually just the leftover liquors that you would throw in.
Yep.
Ours was, we got to pick, but it was cheap. And now they're doing it, but they're including Liquid IV, they're including Pedialyte, and it's called Borg, B-O-R-G, and they usually drink it in a gallon jug. So each kid has a gallon jug.
How much alcohol is in it?
Well, I guess it all depends on the mixer, right? Everybody.
So are you saying they're filling up the thing out of the mixture, or they're mixing it in the 1 gallon?
They'll take probably like a gallon of water, pour it out, or drink it. I doubt they're drinking it. Pour it out, put some Pedialyte in there, and then mix in all the other things that you would do with
so
like
it's self-contained in the
yeah,
gallon.
and it would all be in.
So
there.
according to this, it begins by pouring out half the contents of the gallon of jug of water. Then she adds plenty of vodka, a can of wild berry sparkling energy drink, and electrolyte powder.
Yep. So it's like this new version.
So no fruit. They're anti-fruit in this generation. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, usually in a gallon jug, your whole.
I don't quite understand.
That's what Pat took out of this. Where's the fruit?
Pat just like, I hate it.
I didn't say that.
I thought that was kind of funny. I thought that was kind of funny.
I didn't say that.
Well, we don't do fruit anymore, huh, kids? This is what's wrong.
No, that's why you put the sparkling
They're
energy.
substituting. Yeah,
I'm just saying.
A little bit of sparkling, a little bit of
The
Pedialyte.
fruit's nice because it
Yeah.
gets fermented over time, and you get a little something at the
I like the scientific use of plenty of alcohol.
A little pseudo.
I like that too. Yeah. Well, ours was never a perfect mix, but you only did the Kool-Aid or the jungle juice on special occasions. It wasn't an every weekend thing.
Yeah,
so you don't want to die.
It was a big thing at parties.
Yeah.
Like if you had a house party or something, there would be some at some point during the night, but it usually wasn't long enough to last the entire night.
Oh no, yeah. And then it was
a sort of roadside attraction as you were going through the party through the night.
Chris had a house party.
The best
Yep.
Party. One of the best ones I remember is me and Pat. We got a keg, and it was maybe 11 guys. And me and Pat were determined to finish the keg.
We were determined too. Yes, we were very determined.
And I don't think. And then we woke up in the morning. I don't think we got a quarter of the keg.
It was between 3/4 and a half. Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
And we drank so much beer.
That's
Dude, the worst part of the keg is you couldn't reuse the keg. Once it was
Once it was tapped, it was done.
The worst thing I ever saw was at a party once at a Paul, and they made the jungle juice in the bathtub, and I'm like, I'm not drinking that.
Oh,
I don't care how much you clean that out. There ain't no way that's gonna be exactly.
Pat
good.
saw that and he's like, "That's impressive." I once tried to fill a bathtub with water and
ice.
a bathtub with ice and couldn't do it.
Theirs was a much smaller bathtub though, in retrospect.
Oh, okay, all right.
Are we talking the ice in Vegas the one time?
Yeah.
Where we got the 6-person bathtub. Yeah, that trying to fill up.
Yeah, the jacuzzi tub. Yeah.
And those, oh my god,
Joe wasn't. You weren't there for that, were Joe?
I was not. I've only heard about that in
yeah.
That was hilarious.
We got 3 bags of ice and didn't even cover the bottom of it.
No, yeah, that was such a fun fucking trip too. That was a good. That's when Ray Rice on 4th
saved us.
Okay, so
that's where we had a chair and we had 2 beds in a chair, and Chris I'm not sleeping in that chair. I'm not sleeping in that fucking chair. Guys.
And I ended up sleeping in the chair.
2 or 3 nights.
I ended up sleeping in the chair.
97
one of the nights.
my dumb. We had legitimately 9 huge cups of coffee because we'd go to get McDonald's after every night. And you get coffee, you get an egg McMuffin and a cup of coffee, and every morning there would be a new cup of coffee.
We just left at the end of the room was so trash. We just left the lady $40 and put a note that said sorry.
Yeah, it was so trashed, so trashed. Mr. McGraw here. So he's always in the washroom. Always in the bathroom.
Man's got a ton of bladder.
Always gotta be peeing.
Ton of bladder.
You know what? I had another comment too. So we were talking about drinking. What did you think of the Fireball last night at Joe's?
Oh, that was not Fireball.
It's fantastic.
Dude, it was
So tasty.
It felt a little bit moldy at best.
I don't know. I think that was kind of like when you go to, what is it, Lottie's or Enjoy?
Yeah.
You ask for Fireball, and it's not Fireball, but it's like
That's Old Crow, isn't it?
fire. Yeah, one of the bars.
Oh,
it's like fire.
yeah,
Something.
it
It's
wasn't
like,
really Fireball.
The Jim Beam fire or whatever.
That was my guess after doing the shot.
Yeah.
Because it didn't taste like Fireball.
There was no burn to it, and it felt
Yeah.
like it was. I mean,
It
I don't know if
wasn't-
they watered things down, but sometimes it really does feel like they water things down.
We still got the
yeah.
candy cane back there if you guys want to go to round 2.
Oh, I might
Yeah.
steal one of those for a little pregame to Tom Papa.
But I just kind of assumed it was, some,
Why is it so warm, Peter?
some Fireball-esque type drink, but not Fireball.
Okay, I'm glad I was.
She also brought it from like way over to the other side. It wasn't like something that she picked up and
Yeah,
poured
right.
She basically just took some shitty whiskey and put some cinnamon in it and stirred it around.
Sure, yeah.
It's possible. But yeah, yesterday was fun. Minus the how long it took. But even then, it was not.
It wasn't that
Yeah.
bad. It was. I mean, yeah, could have been worse.
Yeah, minus being behind that group.
I didn't get the tip that you play it like hockey.
Yeah, that's a good call. No,
oh my
Sarah's
God.
good.
Jesus. Yeah.
What do you think? How do you think the other team did? I was really interested.
Katrina won, or Katrina was second.
I was really interested in how they did, like how because that group was just all a bunch of
Point-wise.
women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Katrina came in second, and I think Mandy won.
Oh, did she? Okay. I thought I heard Katrina win.
Oh, there was that other guy that was over there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were 2 guys, but I'm not sure. They had. I think they had more people than they could play in that group though. So I'm not sure if what they did over there because
Oh,
I think
maybe some
they
people
had more
didn't
than 8
play.
people.
Oh yeah.
I think so.
I think that was their group, yeah, but I didn't know they had more people than 8 in their group. On
I think
that side.
one could have came with us if they wanted to, but I guess not. They don't want to hang out with the goons.
No,
squad.
not
It's
a
always
chance.
it's like
is
a
what it
prom
is.
dinner or prom dance. Where it's always one side on one side.
And I can see Sarah and Lauren looking like, oh, can we go over there? No.
Boys. Okay, so when I was sitting in traffic coming home Wednesday night,
Sorry, real quick. The one time Pat tried to do the hockey cheat thing, he broke it. It was a putt man.
I broke it, yeah.
That it was like a Pac-Man.
so last night our buddy Frank, who listens to the podcast,
He's been on
great
the
guy,
podcast.
been on the podcast 3 times. He turned 42 yesterday, and his birthday was at Putt Shack, and it was a good time. It was really crowded. And so we, as a group, all played versus each other. It was Frank, Sarah, me were top 3. Chris came, charged him from behind.
I think
Pat Lynch
Yeah.
had probably the worst game I've ever seen anybody play that. And the one time,
Pat could have cheated and probably still finished last.
I did cheat. It didn't work out. But I cheated. When I tried to cheat, it didn't work out.
That was the best thing ever.
It just stopped. It was like, you're like, no dice.
Yeah, so Pat, there's a machine, or every game is. This is not your average putt. All right, this is a little more.
Yes, a little higher scale,
a little fancier. And so this one, you have to put the ball on this. The whole thing's like a version of turf, but underneath they have this sensor. So as soon as you put the ball down to putt, it knows this is your ball, and then it'll track your putts for you, and then it'll give you your score at the end. And so Pat. The point, it's about 6 feet. You putt, and there's a Pac-Man thing moving from side to side. You want to get it at the Pac-Man because then he drags it to the hole, and then you get a hole in one. Pat hit it so softly he didn't quite make it to Pac-Man. And then, after Sarah's copious amounts of cheating, Pat's like, you know what? I'm going to take the Sarah approach. Did it, got it into Pac-Man's mouth, and then Pac-Man said, not
Just
today.
stop. Just stop
Not
it.
today. I will not move on the grounds of your disgusting, erroneous cheating. How dare
Maybe pull
you
it back
do
out of
this
there.
to this game? And just stood and didn't move. So
And
Pat
then
had to move the ball out of
manually.
Pac-Man and then throw it, to
Hit it down.
past Pac-Man, get it all bouncy around, and then he finished with 6 shots. So it didn't work out for Pat. And
Did not. Should have brought my
It
own putter,
was-
guys. That was a downfall.
It was.
it was everything I wanted it to be.
It was great.
It was everything I wanted it to be.
I had a hole in one. Frank had a hole in one.
I had a hole in one on the
Couple-
first. I had a hole in the
couple
first
people had a
hole, and then it
hole in
went down from there.
Yeah, Sarah had a hole in one on the first one.
Really?
too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I
That's
got a
awesome.
hole in one on the roulette one.
He did.
Oh, he did. So it's fun.
Yeah.
I almost had one on that one, like not by what you're supposed to do.
Good
but I almost
times, good
got
times.
one.
And it was the DJ was on fire, and I'm trying to
Dude,
convince if I ever get married to have that as my DJ.
That DJ was ridiculous.
I hired him for my wedding.
I saw the Snapchat, and then it was just at the end of it. You're taking a video of the whole thing, and you just hear Lauren say, "Why is Joe laughing so hard?"
Oh, that's a good. Okay, so again, back to the story of me leaving.
Back to the story.
We went out for cocktails on Thursday, and if you check us out on Instagram and Twitter at Podcast SMP, you can see a beautiful cocktail picture that I had on Wednesday. It was great. The guy I was talking to, this dude was just he had some type of anxiety or something, not anxiety. He was what do they call that? Autism. Where this guy was like he's just insanely smart, but like. He's not great in social situations, but he knows so much. So we're just like me and Lauren and maybe like two other people in this bar. He was just rambling off on like all these cocktails, what the liquors were for, all these different things, a bunch of like World War I cocktails that are really the basis of all our drinks today. It was crazy. It was insane. But so we're leaving like 6:30. I'm like, well, we'll stay till 6:30, and we'll miss the traffic because we're downtown. We're in River West, and so we start leaving. And it's insane.
This is a date that you and Lauren are on?
Yeah, it's on Wednesday night. So
Okay.
after the Waters, we went for a nice cocktail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this is got it.
And in Chicago right now, the beautiful city of Chicago, there is...
It's construction season, baby.
Oh,
And murder season.
whew, Pat.
Don't go to River North Parks. Let's just say that.
Why is that?
All the craziness. Did you not see the
That
kid
was Millennium Park, dude. Last weekend.
This is another good topic.
River
actually.
North is what, like 5-minute walk from Millennium
no,
Park?
it's up there. Millennium Park's right by downtown, like the Loop.
We could get from Bub City to Millennium Park in a 10-minute walk, could we not?
No,
I don't know. I have no idea.
not unless you're really booking it, Chris.
I don't know. I think Joe may be pretty on point
I was
there.
gonna
I
cross,
mean,
I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking
river.
Joe was more...
you got to cross the river, but it's only to like Washington, right?
I don't.
Okay, well...
anyways.
Yeah. But
It
so
may
you know
be-
what?
it may be
Can we
somewhere
get
between
into
that,
this?
yeah.
It's not far.
Can we get into your story?
No,
of
I
your-
want to get into this the shenanigans with the Chicago stuff.
I should have went to the washroom now.
I've had a lot of conversations about this. I had a conversation with somebody who's because of last week is looking to move to Indiana, and I asked him why, and he's like, "Did you see last week? It's crazy. This is ridiculous." And I'm like, I listen. Last week it's ridiculous. What's the walk, Joe?
It's an 18-minute walk.
Okay, so it's not. Yeah, you guys are both. We're meeting in the middle.
It's about. It looks like 6 blocks,
So, but okay, to get back to this, and I just had this. I've had this conversation with 3 people.
maybe more. But yeah.
The stuff that happened in Chicago last week is insane, and there needs to be. I don't know what the answer is.
It's insane, but it's also very Okay, here's what I hate. I'll be honest. This is my little mini Chicago rant of sorts.
Get it?
This happens every year. Every year, people act like it's never happened.
It's only happened the last few years, though.
No,
This is a normal thing, dude.
and it's not just Chicago. If
Yeah,
you look
that's-
at,
okay, that's
if you
where-
look at Miami, like,
Yep.
and I hate to throw it, but Miami's. If you look at their spring break, it was 10 times worse. They were destroying, setting fires. But Chicago is such a hot button
Yeah,
topic. It was in the front of the newspapers for 6 days this week.
Listen,
it's easy to throw Chicago under the bus like that.
Is it crazy it's happening? Yes. Is what happened there bad? Yes. But it's all people act like this doesn't happen every year, so you can't avoid it. Like it's just it came out of nowhere. It's like the first hot weekend of every Chicago summer. People pack. I mean, and the reason I thought, okay, to clarify, Pat is correct. It's a little bit farther away, the park, than like the Bub City River North area. Yeah. But that River North area gets a lot of the overflow. How many times have we seen fights
that's a shit show.
and
That
crazy
area is
stuff
a
break
complete
down
shit
over
show.
there?
You're not far off.
I'm not
downtown.
arguing with that point, Joe.
Yeah, and that's all I was trying to say. But it's very close. So you either get people going to or coming from those areas with that same level of energy and craziness. And it's like, if you know, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So it's not like
And-
this is
and
unavoidable, and it's not like this is unknown every year.
Here's the thing, though, and I do give credit
and it
to.
happens to every other city, too.
It happens all over the city. Chicago is just a hot button topic. It's easy to throw us to say that it only happens here. It's a political thing. Everybody's going to use it.
Yep.
There's 2 things that you can say. One, yes, this should never happen. If you hear of 50 to 100 high school kids, starting to get together, immediately cops should be surrounding them and just chaperoning them.
Yeah, this happened at the beach like a couple days later. A ton of kids were going to the beach, and then
they're doing like bag checking.
People were shooting off.
Park.
People were shooting off fireworks and stuff. So kids were screaming and running out of there. Cops were running in. Find out it's just fireworks or something, and then all the kids would go back. And it's just kids being stupid. Yep. It's kids doing exactly what kids do, and by that I mean
immediately
young teenagers to young adults kind of age.
You won't hear about this again. They got caught off guard. It was an 80-degree week. They shouldn't. That's not an excuse. But you will not hear about this again because they're going to every single time they're going to squash the shit out of it immediately. There was too much of a leash. It got out of control. Somebody got hurt and robbed. That's terrible.
Somebody got shot.
Yeah. Yes.
Somebody was trying to break into something, and somebody shot at someone.
So it's not right, but again, it makes me so mad when I hear these things. It's like, come on, if you look for it, you have to look for it. Austin has the same issues. Seattle has the same issues. Florida has the same issues.
New Orleans,
yeah.
I saw another one to sort of to pivot off your social sensationalism, I guess, of Chicago. It was they showed I saw this article. It was the carnage in Chicago. It was something like the carnage in Chicago continues. Something was the headline. I forget the exact phrasing of it, but that's close enough. And it was basically it was a domestic dispute that happened in a gas station somewhere on
yes.
And this girl this lady
Forest Park.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Where this,
that's also.
But I'm saying that could have been anywhere.
Anywhere.
That's just happened to be that two people had disagreement and they just happened to be in Chicago. That can happen literally.
To be fair,
anywhere.
that wasn't even in the Chicago.
It wasn't. Yeah.
Right.
It was in the Chicagoland area.
I'm just saying
so it gets picked up.
Well, I mean, the
Chicago.
Highland Park shooting was considered Chicago, which is nowhere near Chicago.
Yeah,
exactly.
True. No, but you're right, Pat. Yeah, I saw that too, and they were trying to sensationalize it.
That was not
the weekend
was not,
shit.
I mean, that wasn't a riot. That was just two. That was some crazy people.
The
that
two
could
people
be
who
anywhere.
should not be together. And that lady, she looked like the Terminator walking from that flipped car. It was insane.
I couldn't believe she got out of that car unscathed and was just and still jawing with people.
Yes.
That lady was nuts.
She dragged the dude forever there in that gas station.
And he was trying not to. He didn't want her to get charged for whatever. And it's no, she's going to go away for a while. She needs to get into a mental
I guarantee that's
institute.
some baby mama drama right there.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But some people don't know how to get away from each other. Okay, so let's go back to Wednesday.
Sorry, yes, back to Wednesday.
In Chicago.
I feel like I'm watching Jim Jeffries' podcast.
Standing next to
where he diverts and comes back to the story, diverts and then comes back to the story.
And this story is really not going to be that good anymore.
I mean, I feel the payoff.
So I'm sitting in traffic, and I'm sitting next to this beautiful, brand new, or not brand new, absolutely not brand new, but this beautiful, it looked like it was just remodeled Ford Bronco. And I was thinking to myself,
the old school version.
Oh yeah,
nice.
There's nothing worse than
the 2 mile per gallon.
Oh yeah,
hot to make steel
rust bucket,
steel box going down the highway.
There was, and also to side, the new Broncos, they should not be called Broncos. They're ugly and just.
I saw one last.
That's
night.
like the electric Mustang. It's not a Mustang.
I kind of like that. It's a beautiful car.
Call it something else. Don't call it a Mustang.
I get that, but that's a nice looking. But and what about the Mustang SUV type thing?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Don't call it a Mustang. Call it something else.
Yeah. But so I'm sitting to a brand like a remodeled Bronco, and I thought to myself, if I had all the money in the world and I could have any car, I think it would be a Bronco, just a beautiful Bronco. It's high up in the air. You can tow stuff. You got a huge back. You got the bucket bench. Just beautiful. That is a
possibility of taking the top off.
Oh yes. Beautiful to me. That's the go-to for if gas wasn't an issue, money wasn't an issue.
Oh, I'm sure if you remodeled the car, you could probably swap out it for a more fuel efficient engine.
Yeah.
But okay, so money's not an issue. And I was like, this is a great podcast. We're not. I don't think we're all big car guys. But is there? Do you have a dream car? If you do, when you're on the highway and you see a beautiful that, it catches your eye immediately.
Oh, I would definitely do the Bronco if I could. But if I had the money was no issue and I could have a car, it'd be a Dodge Viper.
Ooh.
Always liked it.
I don't know if you could fit in a Dodge Viper.
I don't think I could, but I've always liked the car.
Has anybody ever gotten a Lambo or Viper or Corvette?
Have I ever gotten in one?
If you ever side drive or just been a passenger?
Yes, I have driven in a Corvette and I've driven in a not a Lambo but a Corvette. Yeah.
What? Just out of curiosity, how did that come
What was that
about?
like?
It's nice. It was an old. It was like a mid '90s one, which aren't the greatest.
Okay.
My neighbor used to have them at my parents' house.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So that was kind of the shitty year. So it was. I mean, it was nice. It was fast.
The new ones are weird looking.
The new ones kind of look like almost like a
They look like a
European sports
Lambo.
car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you go to? What's your go-to, Pat?
I would probably it'd be a muscle car. I would either
Okay.
go with
He'd probably go back to his Pontiac Grand Am.
Grand Am. That's pretty sweet. I do miss that. I do miss the Grand Am. No, I would go with. I'd either go with like the Shelby, the Shelby Mustang, which is like the. Have you ever seen Gone in 60 Seconds?
Yes.
The
Yep.
Eleanor. That's the Eleanor in that one. Either that.
Oh, okay.
Or like a Chevelle, like a early '70s Chevelle, they're really cool, or like an old school GTO with like the big fins in the back. I like.
About a 69 Charger.
69 Charger is good too, Chris. Yeah. The old Camaros are nice too.
Nice.
What about the 68 Charger?
No.
No, gotta go
No,
69.
no, you
69.
now you messed it up, Joe.
Sorry.
Just walk out.
I do like the old muscle cars though. I would,
You know, with that garbage take, Joseph.
Sorry.
You know how many times I had because I was looking for
Joe's thinking of 1991 Ford Astro van.
or we go, Chris, or we go back to 95 Escort, Ford Escort.
Oh, God.
With
No telescopic steering, so
Yes,
you had to drive from the back seat.
All about that 1995 Ford Taurus with airbags, and that's what I'm about. That
and
safety.
the safety belt, that thing
That-
went up.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah. No, for me, I would go really old school with like a 1950s esque style pickup truck.
like
Oh,
an
nice.
old
Yep,
Ford 150.
okay.
Yeah, like an old 1950s, like, and then do the
chromed out.
Yeah, you see
Yeah,
those every once in a
just-
while restored. They're pretty cool.
Just
looking.
do like restore one of those, add some modern amenities, and I would.
Would you go like? Would you go like old school like restore? Or would you like kind of take the patina and just like kind of clear coat it, like give it that old look? Or
like an old matte color. Make the outside look as much as the original,
okay,
as its
nice.
original thing, and then the inside, the guts and
Make that more modern.
put a Bluetooth radio in there. But yeah, try and keep as original as possible while keeping all of the modern day comforts and
Oh,
amenities.
Nice.
yeah. You have to get all the modern day comforts for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Let me tell you what. No power steering. When we went from the Ford Escort to the Ford Explorer, it was night and day.
I'll never forget my power steering went out mid turn one time, and I'm like, oh.
That happened to a buddy of
crank
mine.
it.
He's like, "Oh, I gotta turn.
You really turn.
while I'm. This is.
You gotta really crank it.
Completely changes the way you drive a car.
You have good biceps in like a couple weeks if you do that.
That's why all those guys are all built. They had to be chugging 2 pounds every time you're trying to.
It was not easy.
Okay, boys. All right, so last week, Joe, what did we do last week? Oh, we went to Carol's Pub.
Yep.
Let's give the little recap of last week's pregame. It's a good time.
Carol's-
Carol's Pub was really nice. The music wasn't that great, but
Great place to be.
yeah.
Great place to be, considering all the things that happened in Chicago last weekend. Great. Place
That's
to
funny
be.
because you're right. None of that. We did not have any.
Wouldn't have known had I not watched the news. Normal night in Chicago.
Yeah. You know what's funny? One person got some news from. So somebody who actually watches our podcast learned about the Bud Light controversy because of us.
Nice.
Nice.
We're teaching you.
Spreading
There-
spreading the word.
You can tell me after who that was.
I feel like this is such a silly thing, but their stocks tanked.
Well, did you see the CFO came out with like our CEO came out with like a we're not here to offend anybody kind of thing. We're just
Trying to be all inclusive.
Backtracking
But
backtracking.
it's such a silly thing. Like their sales themselves have not changed drastically, as far as I understand.
No.
But their stock price went down so much because of this advertisement.
Still the same
and
shit
it has
here.
no reflection on their financials or their sales or any other thing other than the fact that they are advertising with this trans person.
You think they get
it's
more-
so silly.
You think they get more angry about the fact that like that's owned by a European company, not the U.S. anymore? That'd be
Oh,
I think that'd
geez,
be
Yeah.
God
more.
forbid. 99% of them don't even fucking.
But I'm saying you think that would be more offensive
No, but you
to
see-
the red, white, and blue Americans, right? That it's owned by
Joe Rogan had a take on this, and it was pretty much exactly what our take kind of was. Like, he's like, if you like Bud Light's good to you, and why wouldn't you want more people to enjoy it? Like,
Yeah.
why does it matter?
Yeah.
He also kind of sees the left woke being thrown at people, and some people might get upset about that. But it's also,
But like I said, you don't. It's not like it's in your face campaign. It's like
That's what he said too. He's like,
Yeah.
it was just like one can.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like you see a commercial like 7 times a day. Like I've never seen
right.
anything about it.
Yeah.
You have to actually go look for it.
That goddamn Amazon commercial with that girl
Oh.
dancing driving me nuts. Oh, throwing that in my face. I don't know if you guys seen that one.
I
one-
have no idea what you're
With
talking
the one with
about.
the lady with the
this
mustache.
lady, I don't know what it is, but like this commercial's like It's an Amazon commercial. They're playing some like this girl feels kind of like maybe
got a
like
mustache.
the Queen one. She plays a Queen song.
yeah, and it just it drives me nuts mostly because she dances like Elaine Bennis from Seinfeld. And it's like, what the hell is this commercial?
You know
I
commercial-
don't understand it.
Yes.
She's walking into class like
Yes.
that. It makes no sense.
Who cares about the mustache? It's like, why is this lady who's on crack?
I have no issue with the commercial.
Hey, I don't give a shit that this lady has a mustache, but what's with those shit dancing moves, all right? This is ridiculous.
In the middle of class, she's doing some like cracked out Elaine dance, and everybody's just like, oh, look at her having a good time. No, you'd be scared for her.
How is this have anything to do with Amazon?
Also, she has headphones.
That's it too.
Also, she has headphones in because you can get the jacket on Amazon. That's why. But
it still doesn't matter.
there's two things. There's Amazon Music because you can play any music, and then you can get the
Okay.
jacket. That's the point of it.
Got it.
You know,
But they're running the shit out of that commercial and drives
You
me
know what
nuts.
commercials grind? You know what grinds my gears on Hulu? When you watch shit on Hulu, they have this new thing where they're doing is they play like a clip of like a music video, and when and if you're watching TV shows, you see this music video, like the song, you could love it, you could hate it, but either way, you're gonna know that goddamn song because you've heard it like 30 fucking times watching one TV show. Like it's over and over and over.
Oh, is this?
It was
are
on-
these commercials?
Yeah, it was like a it's like a Hulu commercial that they play like 30 seconds of music video. Like, go watch this band's video, and I'm like, and I'm in the gym today and I hear this song. I'm like, why do I know this goddamn song? Like, oh, it's that stupid song from the Amazon video.
You know what's crazy? You know what kills me is on Hulu is they have the interactive commercial. Like,
choose your commercial.
But you have to choose. If you don't choose, you're waiting 15 seconds for you to choose,
Yeah.
and they're still giving you a full goddamn commercial. You might as well choose.
You might as well just hit one right away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks, TV Dad.
Okay.
Man.
All right, that concludes.
Everybody feeling good? Everybody got it out? Everybody feeling good?
I
Feel
just love the idea of that, like, we'd be at a bar and it wasn't that a lady has a mustache.
No.
It's, hey, that lady with the mustache is dancing really fucking weird. Like, that
killing
would be
me.
the issue. Hey, see that lady with the mustache? She's dancing like a lady from Jerry Seinfeld. She doesn't dance very well. She shouldn't dance.
I mean, Joe, it happens to you all the time.
Oh, it's how I live my life.
No,
It's how I live my
It
life.
was such a weird commercial because you're like, I don't. Get,
I mean,
what are we watching?
I've seen a bunch of like Amazon comes out with like all these like commercials where like they play like a song that's probably been like forgotten. That's like they did the one with the Yeti during Christmas time, and that one was great. I loved it. But like at least you understood what was going on in that commercial.
Yeah, but
like
you know
Amazon's like the Yeti, went on Amazon. It wasn't didn't have
Amazon.
any
You can
friends.
listen to Queen's music on Amazon, and then you can
Yeah,
also,
but they say nothing in this. It's just some girl who goes on Amazon, gets a jacket, and then randomly starts playing music.
Like literally her looking at her mustache.
because Freddie Mercury had the same mustache. They showed a little bobblehead of him.
It is exactly what it was intended to do.
Get us
It's
to
got
talk.
us all talking
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
true.
I haven't even seen this, and I want to go Google it now.
You're
You
gonna be like,
should.
what am I watching?
And when you watch it, once you get it like 40 times in a row, you're gonna be like, why?
Yeah, don't give it to yourself.
I mean,
because they're gonna be-
I mean, anything you overplay that drives you nuts. That's for some
Oh,
reason.
yeah, of
I don't care if
course.
it's the best commercial you've ever seen.
true.
Like by the 10th time, you're like, all right, I've had enough.
Yeah,
of this
like
crap.
the Budweiser frogs, they were great for like the first like 80
Oh,
times, and then after that,
like the Bud Night or whatever. Like it was good. It was funny the first two times.
The
and then,
old
like,
"What's Up" commercial.
Dilly Dilly.
What's
Yeah.
up?
It's like at some point you're like, all right, enough of this.
Those are good commercials. Well, we haven't had a good
Budweiser, you used to nail it all the time, and then you did this thing, and then this thing, and now you're just crap.
Okay.
Not drinking any beer anymore. I'm just drinking purely Coors Light. Coors Light.
Hey, it's better.
Coors
Hey,
Light.
why drink water when you can drink beer, guys?
Exactly. You know who you are.
Peter wants to fight you.
He thinks. He's still not
He's
sure.
not sure. He's still debating.
I'm still debating where we're at with that one. It was good. It was a good discussion. All right. Okay, so while we're at least when we're already hot and bothered, I might as well get you guys even more hot and bothered.
Oh yeah, here we go.
I read an article, and this made me so.
You can read. Sorry. That was not the obsession.
That was a Max Farnham right there comment.
That gets Joe Han bothered. Peter can read.
I thought that's what we were talking about. Sorry. Go on.
Joe just said that he's the only one in the group that can't read anymore.
Yeah. What's the point of wearing glasses?
Yeah.
Can't even read them anyways.
Hooked on Phoenix, bud.
Yeah.
It worked for me.
Hooked on phonics.
You say hooked on phonics
No,
or
he
hooked
said
on Phoenix?
Hooked on
Oh,
Phoenix.
okay, that's what I thought. You said hooked on phonics.
Yeah, Hooked on Phonics is the correct one.
Yeah.
Damn you, phonics monkey.
Is it like a generic? Is it a generic version or what?
No, it's from this. From The Simpsons.
Like a phoenix, I'll rise again and I'll be able to read. Sorry, go on.
It's from The Simpsons.
Let's wrap this up.
Yep.
We got real time, baby. Where you going? You got a hot date?
Yeah, we got
Come on,
120.
come on, phonics monkey, play the drums.
Dance
right.
for me, dance for me, dance for me.
That's great. So it's gonna bring the podcast down a little bit, but sorry guys. I'm gonna pull the Pat. Yeah, I'm gonna bring Pat into this one. It was a Yahoo article, and this lady, it was written by this lady about a situation in her life recently, and she had met a guy 2 years ago, and she just gotten out of a long-term relationship, met this guy, and was like, "Holy crap! How did I get so lucky?" They had 2 years of bliss. They got really close during COVID, and in the beginning of this year, the guy, like, they got engaged last summer, but in the beginning of this year, after New Year's or his birthday, he got really, really sick, and they thought maybe he was just hungover, but it didn't stop. Like, he just kept getting really sick. He had really bad headaches. He had was throwing up, couldn't really walk. So they thought it was maybe vertigo. It wasn't vertigo, and at some point where any movement would make him run to go to puke.
Oh, wow.
It was really bad. And she was really scared for him. So they finally do a CAT scan, and they find out that he has a tumor on his brain. And they originally thought it was going to be benign. It wasn't going to be cancerous. And so they were going to remove it. And then they found out that it was probably stage 4 cancer, but they're going to remove it anyways. And that this is brain surgery, so there's a lot of chance of shit that could happen to him.
Stuff could go wrong, yeah.
Yeah. She, 2 weeks out from the surgery, decides she can't do this.
Before the surgery? Or you said
before, I'm sorry. 2 weeks before.
Oh, I heard about this.
She can't handle this anymore and is going to break up with him and just leave him.
Nice.
And her family convinces her to stay until after the surgery. And then he gets the surgery, and unfortunately, there are some complications. He's not perfect. They got rid of the tumor. It doesn't mean that he's
out of the woods or anything.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
But he's definitely got to learn to walk or talk right. Right side of his face is kind of paralyzed at this point. And in that, she let him know that she was leaving when he was still recovering. And
Ouch.
she wrote that, for her wellness, she had to leave the situation.
Yeah, her claim was mental health.
Yeah,
wellness.
anxiety. She couldn't sleep. She was looking for better positive stories about it. And I immediately was like, holy shit, like, this is insane. Like, and so I thought this is a great topic for the podcast, because I've always thought, and so then I went and looked at the comments, and I was like, my reaction, I'm not going to tell you I want to see what you guys' thoughts are on that. But again, you got to look at it like she's it's affecting her health.
Yeah. And I think she's running marathons now to raise money for him. Or did he pass away?
No, he's still alive.
He's still alive, but she's trying to raise money for him.
Not for him, for brain cancer.
Brain cancer. Okay.
Not for him.
I just remember. Because I remember the end of the article is like she's running marathons now, or like half marathons, something like that, for the cause that's related to her.
Yeah.
But she's like, I had to break up with him because of XYZ.
Yeah. So before I give you my opinion, I wanted to kind of get your thoughts, your immediate thoughts, and then I went to the comment section to see what other people were thinking, like where I thought on it.
So it's basically an "Are you garbage?" question here. Huh?
Well,
Am I the asshole?
I'll jump
Yeah.
in first, just to make waves first. That way, everyone can follow in my wake.
Hey, pass me that berry beast. I'll finish that.
I'm kind of torn, honestly. Like, I understand why she does it. She does a really good job describing her mental. It's also like you're dating someone for.
That's a good job. Were they just dating?
No, 2 years, getting engaged.
They
We're engaged.
They were engaged. Okay.
They
They were engaged, and a part of me takes it back to, all right, you've been dating for 2 years. Now you're in the situation that will probably forever change your life. Do you stay with this person? I mean, a part of it is like shitty. You say she's shitty for doing it. But if you're in that situation, you're like, I dated this guy for 2 years, and now, I don't know. It's so hard. I get why she did it. I would not want an article written about me. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
I'm in the same boat there.
I'd be like, please don't do this, because it is such a hard situation to be in. I almost hate her for it, but also understand why she did it. Like, you got to think, you've been dating someone for 2 years, and they're crazy, and they're awful, and you're like, I'm out, and everybody.
But they were going to get engaged.
They're just, but, like.
Yeah, but
So she was all in up until that point, right?
I'm just saying, like,
Self-
if it wasn't cancer and it was like a shitty reason, nobody would care, and they would say, "Hey, it's been 3 years.
abusive, yeah.
It's been 2, 3
when you get married, Joe,
years."
did you not say for better or worse?
Well, no, hold on. Let me finish. Because what I'm saying is, like, you can have an X reason, and somebody will say, "Well, it's only 2, 3 years. You're still young. Don't worry about it." But now that the fact that cancer is introduced, like, I could say,
Yeah, but isn't
a
a reason a big deal for you to leave? Like, isn't it kind of like it's you're just looking at yourself? But you said I'm engaged to you. I said yes to be married to you.
Oh yeah,
I want to be with you forever. And then when forever is like, hey, it might be a little bit shorter because I.
Well, yeah, it's like when the time now times are rough and you're looking for the easy way out.
Let's make this clear. There's no chance I would do that.
Yeah.
I personally would do that.
Yes.
I couldn't. Like, I couldn't.
Never.
But I'm just trying to say I kind of understand.
For
but
mentally,
also,
yeah.
it is kind of really shitty.
Did she write the article?
Especially
Who wrote the article?
She wanted to give people who can't handle it. So what the article meant, it came down to just her mentally she couldn't handle it. And what a lot of people wrote in the article is like, you don't know what she can handle until you're in that situation.
Yeah.
She left before she just didn't even want to try. She knew, and he wasn't even at his worst yet. She already determined that the thought of him dying was too much for her to handle, and she's done. And that's, hey, listen, you made the decision.
It's a hard.
I think her family gave her some bad advice though, in terms of like, hey, if she was like he was 2 weeks out, and then they're like, no, stick it out until after.
Well, I don't think because they didn't want him having to feel.
That's fair, but I still feel
they wanted
like,
him maybe to have the will to live.
I still feel like that's some bad advice there by her like friends and family, but I'm in the same boat as Joe. I'm kind of torn, but I mean, like, in that, I feel like she's kind of a little bit selfish in that terms of like, I get it, it's rough and everything, but you can go out there, find help, talk to somebody, see what's available. Don't just be like, I can't do this. Like, I got to get out. It's best for me. Like, I get it. Like, it sucks, but like, it is definitely tough. I mean,
easier
like,
when you're on the outside looking in.
Yes, it's easy for me to be here playing armchair quarterback and
but
criticizing.
I was like, I'm like, that made me sick to my stomach that you would put somebody that's like, especially if you weren't engaged, like if you were just dating for 2 years and it was like kind of not casual, but you were engaged. It's like you were taking that step up. You were months away from saying, I do, to the point where
exactly. Yeah, I mean,
that's okay. So there's a couple things that once you're engaged, you're making that promise we're going to be together forever, and then in sickness and in health, in good times and in bad. And also, I hate that this may sound like old and crotchety. I hate that she sort of glamorized it.
Oh, yeah.
She was the one that wrote the article.
Yep.
She was the one that put it out there. It's more like if this was a story that a reporter picked up and then talked about, maybe it would be different because she was just trying to say like, hey,
maybe trying to shine a light on like, the other side of like, spouses like or significant others being in a situation where like
it's so hard though. Like on one side I go, you're an awful person for doing this. You got engaged, you made that commitment, or you decided to make that promise. And then on the other side it's like, this is such a huge change and shift in life that it's like this could have been cancer, heart attack, any sort of medical thing that you go through, it just changes everything. And then who knows? I'm not trying to I hope this guy the best, but like, cancer's crazy. Like, it could keep coming back. It could be something they deal with the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Or he could die in 6 months. Like, it's such a crazy situation.
It's very difficult, and it's easy for us to say, but I honestly think that even if you know in the back, like, even if you know in the back of your head this person's going to pass away, like, I would. You just have to understand that you need even if you're not there like emotionally, you want to step away emotionally. You need to be there as a person who's going to support them.
Yep.
Like you don't what I mean. Like you don't have to say you love them anymore, but you should be there, making sure they're getting to their places.
Which way the comments side, Peter?
What's up?
Which way to the comments side?
Oh no, this lady's an absolute. She's
a monster.
Monster. Like they were pitchforking ready.
Wow.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
It was not going to work out for her at all that she put this out there.
So. On that beautiful note, boys, I thought it was a conversation.
Here's how I'll end it. If it was Sarah right now,
she did.
I'd be like, well,
Joe's like, bye, going to Mexico.
I'm here for you
until it costs me too much.
Let's just hope it's a quick one. I love you, Sarah. You're my wife. We're married. We have great times.
Joe's gonna die. Joe's gonna die on Tuesday night.
Please be this. Please don't this be the week that you listen to that
I love
podcast.
my wife. I'm just kidding.
We can edit that part out, right?
Yeah. Cut that out. Okay. Hey, timestamp that, Chris. Timestamp that.
I got time, sir.
You just come to. Everybody's in a different position. Hard cut.
Start doing some Rick Glassman stuff. Now we got some time.
Yeah.
Pat's favorite podcaster.
Love the guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us here on a beautiful Saturday night. Please hit that like, subscribe, notification bell.
Ring the bell.
Comments.
Comments about beer choices.
Get us it. Yeah. What do you think? Is it shaved, clean shave? Is it nice and tight? Is it scruffy with a little bit of color, fallish, or the big bad jammer?
Yeah, over there.
Big bad jammer.
Yeah, let us know if that guy was talking shit to Peter on Instagram or Twitter.
Did you just describe Pat Lynch's hair palette as fallish?
Fallish.
It's changing colors. Pat, you're getting old as fuck,
It's
dude.
fallish.
It's happening.
Hey, at least
It's
as long as I keep having the hair, I don't care.
I gotta show you guys, and maybe I'll send this to you.
Yes.
I took a picture on. Somebody sent me that there was an Instagram filter that makes you look old.
Uh-oh.
I took this photo and did it, and I basically look like my dad.
But minus a 10.
Huh?
Minus a 10.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You know what scares me about that stuff? The reason I've never done any of that is China uses that. It's like a China technology, and they use it for they're taking your facial recognition shenanigans. Yeah.
Joe's like, they already got it.
Yeah.
That's true. On that beautiful note, boys, let's go have some fun.
Woo! Yeah. Happy birthday, Franklin. And also happy belated birthday to Joe. Bye! Dun, 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 dun. Bang.